Hello and welcome to the Talking Ball podcast powered by Arbitrade. We are here at the Oracle Red Bull Racing campus. I am your host, Nicola Hume, as always, joined by Tomo McCluskey.
Hello.
We didn't plan our outfits, by the way. That was a total fluke.
Yeah, secret coordination going on there.
But we did phone ahead with the trainer match with Max Verstappen.
Yeah, you guys did very
you
well.
got them as well.
Yeah.
Love it.
Love it.
It's not sponsored at all.
It's
No,
definitely
not
not. No. I mean, we just all text and went, let's wear these trainers.
Well, you said something white. I was
Yeah.
like, sure.
Yeah. How are you?
Yeah, very well.
I want to kick off with a question that's been bugging me for a long time. The driver's dinner.
Yeah.
When you're in Abu Dhabi, you go out for a lovely dinner, all of you together. You've done it for a few years. How do you decide who pays?
Well, I tell you, last year was very nice of Valtteri. Actually, he took the bill.
Yeah.
So then, the drivers were joking a little bit like this year it's Max's turn. I was like, yeah, sure. But I was sitting on the opposite side of the entrance of the private room.
Yeah.
So for like most of the night, you're having a laugh, and then suddenly people were wanting to go, and then we realized that Pierre already paid the dinner.
I see. The bill came and you went to the toilet. Is that basically what you're telling us?
I was drinking my gin tonics on the other side. That was
You
the
were sure
problem.
you did the bill.
So I guess next time before I enter, I have to tell them that at the end of the night the bill is for me, so that I can actually finally pay it.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it comes down to you paying the bill, are you just tap water all round?
No.
Like set menu, 40 quid.
No, I'm normally very generous with these kind of things. So yeah. I just didn't get to pay yet, but I'm sure that we have another dinner next year.
Yeah,
You've still got a chance to pay. I'm sure you'll get it done eventually.
Yeah, I will get there eventually.
Yeah, eventually. Maybe 27, maybe 28.
I was wondering if everyone throws their bank cards in the middle and then the waiter picks.
No, I remember that happened once when I just started, like 2015 or 2016. I mean, that is a bit of a poor look. So it's better to just one guy committing to it.
Yeah,
Okay,
fair.
And of course, you don't let a rookie pay. That's quite obvious.
Yeah, but that would be funny if you did it.
Yeah, but to everyone except the rookie.
Yeah, that's true.
Get Isaac to pay next year because he won't be a rookie anymore.
That's true.
Yeah, maybe. No, I think it always starts from the more experienced drivers, and
Fair enough. Well, look, Max, end of the season, 2025 is done. Let's just keep it short. How do you reflect on the year?
Decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not a great first half, let's say like that. A lot of ups and downs. But I think our second half has been fun. I mean, we've been consistently on the podium. We've won really cool races. And I think, just the turnaround that we had as a team, I mean, it's something that I personally also didn't expect. I think not many people expected that. But I'm very happy, of course, with the second half, what we have achieved there.
Yeah, it was really nice to hear your radio message at the end of Abu Dhabi, that you were like, please don't be disappointed. This has been an incredible season. You were 104 points behind and you finished 2 points between you and Lando. That catch-up was incredible. As a fan of yours, I was that person that after every race, I was then on ChatGPT to try and work out the mathematics of you being able to get this championship. So it's been.
She was in the WhatsApp group. She was just sending loads of these different permutations.
Screen grabbing everything, going, guys, this is how we can do it. It's fine. It was incredible to watch.
No, it was. And that's why also when I crossed the line, I personally wasn't too disappointed, because I think in the middle of the season, it felt like the championship was not on at all. So to be back in that fight all the way till the end, to lose it by 2 points, at the end of the day, it also doesn't matter. If you lose it by 1 point or 20 or 50, you don't win it. So it's as simple as that. That's why for me, I don't dwell on these kind of things.
But it's quite unique, and it must have been quite nice in a way to not only be racing at the front end, at the sharp end of the grid, but also be able to just be so relaxed and calm, because I guess it felt like there was nothing to lose, right?
Yeah, because I mean, there's a difference when you're constantly fighting for the championship throughout the year and then lose out by 2 points. That's different. That's not nice. But for the first 14, 15 races, I personally never thought about a championship in my head. So everything that came after was just a bonus. And then, eventually it turned out to be that close.
Yeah.
But,
Well, this is the dream way to do it, isn't it? Because there's not really that stress and if you had nipped it, it'd have been amazing, but you didn't. It's fine.
I always said, 4 is great, 5 is a little bit nicer,
exactly.
but at the end of the
we've
day...
seen all of your interviews.
Yeah,
you
okay,
are so quotable this
so
year.
it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I still, go home or go on holiday afterwards still the same.
But I do think that's a bit of a superpower of yours that, after 2021, when you got that first title won, you've said it time and time again, this is all just a bonus now. And it's quite difficult to believe as a fan, but then when we see your reaction after, losing by such a small margin, it's like, you are actually just
people in general
like
take life way too serious.
Yes.
That is
I agree.
and especially also with your profession. I mean, it is super important to be successful and to do a good job. But at the end of the day, I mean, you do that to what, maybe 40? I mean, that's not even the average, right? So I need some extraordinary drivers that stay in it a little bit longer. But after that, you still have a lot of years to enjoy or do something else in your life. And then honestly, it doesn't really matter what you have done. Like when I'm going to be 50 years old, 60 years old, do you think I care if I've won 4 or 7? I mean, what is that going to matter to my life? I'm still going to order the same drink. I'm still going to eat the
Still
same
going to be
food.
drinking gin and tonic.
So it's not going to change what I'm going to do after in my life. So that's why I try to also just look at it a lot more in a relaxed way.
Yeah.
Just don't stress about it. Stress is very bad for you.
Yeah.
And you're going to die sooner if you have a lot of stress. So
Facts.
I'm going to be
Facts.
250 years old.
I love this so much.
Yeah.
What I have loved this year is that even though you didn't quite get the championship, in everyone's opinion, all of the headlines is that this has been your strongest season yet because you came from so far behind and then you smashed it. But also at the same time, you're gaining more fans. There have been fans that maybe weren't rooting for you in previous years that have been rooting for you this season. So how does that feel?
Yeah, I mean, surprising.
You've become the underdog.
I think naturally, of course, with an underdog role, people will start to support you a bit more. But I guess maybe they finally start to realize who I am, who I really am.
Yeah.
So
I've been saying this for so long.
My mom too.
Literally everyone's going, I'm not a fan of Max. I'm like, you don't know what he's like because he's amazing and he's such a great guy.
To be fair, I think some of it is that, and we saw this with Seb, we saw this with Schumacher, people get, there's a degree of, when you see the same person, you dominate in the sport the way you did in 2023, you'd won all these titles, and I think now you reversing that role, it gives people a fresh perspective on who Max Verstappen, not just the racing driver is, but the person is as well. And you're so candid and so open and so just normal to talk to as well. It's quite kind of refreshing in this media-trained empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
I mean, it works for me. It's how I want to be.
Yeah.
Don't try to be a fake person in the paddock or whatever. That's just not how I am. And especially, of course, in F1, when you have a lot of success or in general, you're doing well, it's easy to maybe forget about that. But that's why it's very important to have always, the most important people around you that actually do tell you if you're maybe acting a bit out or weird. And I am very lucky that, of course, I have great family, but also really good friends.
Yeah. What did you do after Abu Dhabi? How did you celebrate? Did you go out? Or because you're like full-blown family man now, was it like, let's go home, make the dinner, get the kids to bed?
No, we had a really nice dinner with friends and family, and just enjoyed a bit on the terrace until a little bit after midnight. So it's pretty nice, just with your good friends around you, just having a good time.
Yeah, because I've just got memories of your previous
around.
years just like partying hard.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really feel like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I mean,
11 years, Max. It's your 11th season you've just completed. I mean, how much do you think you've changed as a person? Or in what ways have you changed since you were so young when you first started as well, right? You were a teenager, literally. I
mean, I think in general in life, of course, you gain a lot more experience. You become a bit older and wiser, I hope. And then, of course, in the racing world as well. I mean, from my also technical understanding of the car and just the way I work with people, the way you deal with people as well, right? The relationships that you build. I mean, all those things I think you've become better at. Over those years.
Was there a particular race this year for you where everything just clicked?
Well, I would say one that was very important for us was in Monza, where we finally, after so many tough weekends, we had a really positive weekend. And then it just started rolling. We had a bit of an understanding of the car, and we never really left the podium, which I mean,
the thing.
that's already something that for us was already very hard to achieve. So that was a big turnaround.
Yeah, and we were. We have done another episode, which will be coming out at some point soon, with Isaac Hadjar, and we were talking about the podium with him, and it was so great to see you both up on the podium together. You just absolutely smothering him in champagne was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And that must have felt so magical for him to be up there with you, and now the both of you being teammates.
Yeah, and I mean, especially when you're a rookie and it's your first podium, those are very special moments.
Yeah.
And I think you should always celebrate that.
Yes.
And I made sure that I celebrated that with him.
Yeah, love that.
One not to forget, definitely. I think, you look at this class, this generation of rookies coming through. I think sim racing and the ability to test on a simulator is a big part of what you advocate and talk about a lot. And I think Isaac's a great example of a driver who's come through. He was in F1 Esports Challenger Series. Like, he was really, really good at that, as well as being great at karting. And you've talked about, you talked beforehand about your plans for GT3 and for Redline. Can you divulge some of these plans for next year? In the GT3 sim racing scene?
Yeah, it's becoming more and more serious. I mean, we entered, of course, this year not as a pro car, but as in the Gold Cup. So, of course, one of the drivers that jumped in came from the sim racing world. So for me to immediately put him in the pro car championship was probably a bit much, I would say. But I always said we do compare ourselves with them in terms of lap time. That's the target. Now, we won, of course, the Gold Cup Championship, so that's of course the one just below the pro cars, which I think was our target starting the year. And I think also throughout the year the drivers made some nice steps forward, really understanding also how to overcome difficulties with the car balance, understanding how to go faster and optimizing qualifying and race stints and stuff. And then next year, of course, we want to be in the pro championship basically. We're changing cars. I cannot say which one yet, but you'll find out soon. But it's getting bigger and better.
That must have been really nice to give Lolland that opportunity for a podium himself, right? To live that dream almost.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, he's a great guy, great driver. Also, he also still needs to grow in his personality as well, right? Because you are in the sim racing world, suddenly you're in the big open world,
course,
and having to deal with so many more people around you, and being part of a team, like a full-on operational team, is also cool to see the journey of that and how he's developing in that role. It's very exciting, and it's still only the start. I mean, my plans, of course, are still. I want to go bigger and bigger, but step by step. I don't want to overdo it and then go, track back a bit. So we need to make sure that, we build it step by step. Yeah,
but how do you find the time? How do you find the time to do all of this? You do so many things. But running and coming 2 points away from winning a Formula One championship, while also doing GT3, while also doing sim racing, what? How do you do that?
Well, I think if you're passionate about stuff, then it's also easier to dedicate your time to it, right? If you have to, of course, do stuff that you also don't really enjoy, then it's very mentally draining.
Yes.
Yeah. When it's your passion and you love what you're doing, then it's not really mentally draining.
So what racing series do you dream about at night?
At night?
Yeah. What's the first one you think of when you wake up in the morning?
Most of the time it's about what I can change to the GT car in terms of stuff that I want changed or optimized. F1, I mean, I have so many people behind me anyway in the team that I trust, and they do their job very well. But of course, in the GT world, it's a much smaller team.
Yeah.
Right? So, and there's still a lot of things that I also still need to understand better and learn. So I'll do that in my sleep.
Crazy.
I remember a few years ago speaking to Atze, who obviously works with you on Redline, and him saying, during red flags in breaks, you're in the WhatsApp group, you're in the Discord messaging. Are you still that active?
Yeah, I'm still very active. I'm driving a little bit less, racing.
Sure.
Why is a little bit less? Because the team is in a great spot and great drivers, great management, so they know what they have to do, and I don't need to jump in. I can drive if I want to, let's say like that. I still, if sometimes I'm competing or whatever, I can wake up in the middle of the night with some ideas, and I do need to test it. I cannot wait for it.
So then what do you do?
Wake up and turn on the simulator.
Like at 2 o'clock in the morning or something?
I've done that, yeah.
Right.
3 a.m.
Of course you have.
I'm not surprised.
It makes
Before
total
race
I'm not
day.
surprised.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the most Max Verstappen thing
Text
to
my
do.
teammate, wake up.
Yeah. You can't put your phone on Do Not Disturb if
No,
you're
no,
alongside
no,
Max because
no.
he's calling you at any time.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
100%. As you should be. You got to set these standards, Max. You got to put them up higher.
Yeah, but you need
Yeah.
to sleep at the same time.
Well,
Yeah, but I also need to go faster, so
That's
you-
true.
You can sleep when you're dead.
Oh, that's a fair point. That's
Yeah.
a very fair
That's a
point.
hell of a quote, Max. I love that.
I mean, you look back to when you first started in Formula One. What do you think young Max Verstappen would say to you, Max Verstappen sat there now? Could you see the guy that you were going to develop into?
No, because I don't think about this. I don't want to know. I'm not interested in it. When
If you could give him advice, what would
nothing.
you
I would want him to make the same mistakes
give? Yeah.
Yeah.
or go through the same tough times, good times.
Yeah.
Because if you know everything in advance, it's really boring.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But you
get
learn
lazy.
from the
and you
mistakes
get,
as
and
well,
you get
don't you?
lazy as well if you know
Yeah.
everything in advance.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, you learn most from the adversity in life, don't you?
Yeah,
And I
the tough times, and you need them as well,
Yeah.
you know, because you can tell someone, don't do this, don't do that. But sometimes actually making the mistake makes you not do it again.
Well, do you think, you're 11 seasons in the sport, what would you say was the season maybe you learned the most or maybe had the most struggles or most difficulty in?
2018, the start.
Yeah.
The first, 7-8 races, I think. Just, making some mistakes myself, and then you get into a negative spiral. You try to push even harder, and it all just, didn't work out. And being really upset with myself, and then I had a turnaround in Montreal. And I have to say, I think from that day, that's really where it clicked, and it went.
Yeah, because I mean,
better.
when we spoke to Isaac, he's difficult first year in F2, obviously Australia for him as well. But he said, without those adversities, he doesn't think he'd be maybe the driver he is today with an Oracle Red Bull Racing seat in 26.
Yeah, I think so too.
Have you spoken to him yet?
I literally just saw him here before I walked in.
Yeah.
I said, "Did you enjoy your test day?"
Well, it looked like he did.
Yeah, I was very jealous.
Oh, really?
No, no, I was
Is that
very
because
happy.
you were like, I'm done, thank God I don't have to do test
I was
day?
done. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
was like,
that's
season's
fair.
over.
The fans we love how transparent you are about your feelings towards it. Because what I would ask, Max, actually, you've been in this sport for so long now. What do you think the media could do better? What do you think the fans could maybe understand more? Because we see what we're shown. We see what we're shown on telly, and what statements the teams release, and all of that. But what do you think the media could do better in your dream version of F1?
Don't ask that many stupid questions. Because if you ask me a stupid question, you get a stupid answer.
By the way, we do have some listener questions that we need
We
to get
do,
on top
we
of
do.
because I'm
No
very
stupid
wary.
question. No,
Let's find out.
stupid list of questions.
So this is from Ashwin in India, who says, which era of car would you like to drive the most? Good question.
That's a good question. Yeah, we're gonna answer that with a
Mhm.
good answer.
Good.
To be honest, I think what I think what still gives me goosebumps watching is the early 2000s.
Yeah. The noise.
And they were so small
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Also, lighter and a bit more rough.
Have you ever had a go in an early 2000s
No,
car?
unfortunately not. No.
Is that because you can't be trusted?
Well, I would send it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah,
Oh, you
probably.
would
But they
send
need
it.
to be protected. Be wary of the parts.
But a nice V10 engine. I mean, they sounded so beautiful.
Yeah, at Goodwood, hearing them go up the hill was just,
It's
it
fantastic.
just goes through your body. It's
Yeah.
Superb. Question from Chris from the USA. What will you miss least about racing in the ground effect era?
The stiffness of the cars, you had to run them, of course, very low and to the ground. And for our backs and everything, it was quite tough. Cornering 5.5 G on average, but in some tracks, because it was a bit bumpy or whatever, and then the cars being so low to the ground, you bottom out so aggressive that, for example, in Austin, I would hit 9G vertical load.
9G.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jeez.
vertical load. So that is really not nice for
Wow.
your spine.
No.
No, and your
No.
neck. Everything was always blocked, and we trained for it. And I know it's part of
Sure.
racing, but that for me is a little bit too extreme.
Yeah. This is from Harsh in the UAE, who says, what's the one goal that you have before you retire from F1? I don't think he's wishing that you retire, but he's
No.
just, wondering what you
In
want to
F1?
achieve. Yeah, in F1. I mean, you've done a lot.
There are no,
You've done
no,
all
there are not
right.
many goals. It's just I want to continue, of course, trying to win.
Yeah.
have fun as well with the people that I'm working with. So the goal is basically try and stay competitive, I guess. Yeah.
Nice.
Like it. I really like this question. I hope you will too. Considering everything that happened in your career so far, what is one race you would like to live again?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's a good question.
Probably the easiest one.
Not Brazil 2016.
No, not that one.
No, that was crazy.
Probably get a heart attack with some of the like really tough ones.
Maybe a nice, easy Monaco.
Or an easy
And then you
Monza.
could just go back home to your own bed.
Yeah, but the Monaco ones, being on a street circuit, you always have to stay quite focused.
Oh, that's
so,
true.
no, I don't know, pretty much any race in 23.
Yeah. Monza 23.
The whole season of 23. That will do.
Let's do it again. Let's try and do it better.
This is
Try and
from,
win them all.
Try and win
With what I
Singapore
know
as well.
now, with what I know now, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine doing an Invincible and just winning every single race.
I mean, that would be insane.
It's possible.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't put it past
Yeah,
you.
it is, but yeah. And we almost did it as a team.
Yeah.
Almost.
This is from Jason in the USA, who says, do you have goals of helping develop Ford's 2027 Le Mans hypercar entry through working with them through 2026?
We haven't spoken about that. Also, I mean, I'm still very busy with setting up my own things at the moment. So let's see how it develops.
Is Le Mans on the list
Yeah.
of things that you want to do?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I went this year. It was amazing.
It's amazing, isn't it? The
I cried.
atmosphere and
Yeah.
And
I did the grid walk and cried.
Well, when we spoke to Sebastian Buemi as well, very successful in Le Mans, he's like, the team element is so refreshing and so nice and so different because most of the
yeah, and
your
I can
career,
just blame my teammates.
well, exactly, you can chuck them under the bus, easy.
You can go,
Yeah.
I was
What
amazing.
happened? That guy.
I was more getting at like, oh, it's rewarding to win together, but no, you can just throw them under the bus.
No,
It's
but
Nothing's ever your fault. It's fine.
yeah, but I do like you said. I mean, to do it with like teammates and
Yeah.
it's a very different atmosphere for sure. And that's something that I definitely want to do.
Yeah.
I like
It's
it.
such an epic place to go.
Yeah, and it's less
amazing.
races. It's not like 24 a year.
Yeah, that's true.
24 is a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot.
Let's look ahead to 2026.
Yes,
So-
yes, definitely.
Have you heard the engine yet?
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel
It
when
makes
you heard
noise.
it? It makes a noise. That's
Yeah.
good to know. That's very handy.
Yeah.
Good answer.
How did it feel when you heard it for the first time? Because it's all new powertrains,
Yeah, I mean, it sounded good. I mean, it sounded
like an engine.
It sounded like. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it
I'd
sounded.
hope so.
I mean, it's of course you hear it on a dyno, but it sounded like crisp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Do
Yeah.
you...
Nice.
I guess. I mean, I'm
I
not
haven't
sure
heard it
they
yet,
actually
so I don't know.
develop on the noise, but
True.
I mean, it made a good noise.
Yeah.
Good.
And I guess when
I
it's...
mean, it's not a V10, but
no.
That's it.
It's
Yeah.
when it's on track and it's at speed, it's going to sound... a bit
I
different
guess
as
I
well.
hope so.
So now we're done for the year. I want a good answer to this, please. What are you looking forward to over the break that's not eating, sleeping, or drinking? What are you looking forward to, and what are you going to be doing?
Besides the obvious,
Yeah.
spending time with family,
Yeah.
right, which is always super important when you're away for that long.
Yeah.
Um,
First Christmas with Lily as well, was
yes,
it? Yeah.
yeah. So first Christmas together, then on holiday with some good friends as well.
Nice.
I'm really looking forward to that. First of all,
Yeah.
like I really need it, and then just making sure that whatever I'm doing next year with the program, like we explained with GT3 stuff, that it's all gonna work out well and that it's well prepared. That's actually what I'm looking forward to make sure that that's in a good state.
Love it. Love
Good
it.
answer.
Yeah,
Max
Yeah.
Verstappen.
I tried to be serious there.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that was great. Love it. Very generous for your time. Thank you so much for joining us on Talking Ball. A pleasure.
You're
We'll-
welcome.
We'll see you again soon.
Yep.
Is there anything you want to say to the Red Bull Racing fans before we wrap up and we let you go?
Thank you very much for sticking with us, even in a very tough season, I would say, especially in the beginning. But at the same time, we're a team that never gives up, and I'm very proud of how we here at the factory and our fans, of course, as well, kept it together. And at the end of the day, we celebrated again some very beautiful moments. So thank you very much for that. See you next year.